What's up, YouTubers? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy, Xavier Johnson, coming to you tonight after this inner circle call with my mentor, Josh King Madrid, also known as Jet Set Fly. Man, this inner circle squad, inner circle clique, inner circle family, Team Jet Set family is just absolutely amazing, I must say. Tonight's call was about mindset manifestation mastery. Mindset manifestation mastery. Um, man, I'm kind of in an interesting place right now when it comes to people and their mindset, and that includes me as well. The mind is so, what's the word I could use, man? The mind is so broad, and there's so much that we don't even know about our minds. We've been taught so many things, throughout our whole life, and as a result of us being taught those things, we do certain things and say certain things, you know, certain ways, and it's not always beneficial for us. I was on a call today with my aunt in Michigan, or from Michigan, and I don't know, I just get really grieved when I talk to people and they have something that they're dealing with, like in their mental, and I really have a problem with it when I have some correction or some value to give to help them get in a better place in their mind. And a lot of times it's very, very draining because people aren't really receptive to what you have to say that could help them. Like you can hear you can hear their cry. Um, you can hear their cry, but they don't necessarily, it's like they don't really, it's like they won't help. They're crying out for help, but they're not really open to receive the direction that could help them, change their thinking, which would change their actions. It's just so broad. The mind is so broad. I know people get beat up all day long when it comes to getting bombarded with thoughts. I think the other day in our early bird roundtable call, um, it was said that we have like 90,000 thoughts throughout the day. I can relate to that because I have a lot of thoughts, a lot as well. But when it comes to this mindset mastery, and when I think about Josh, and I think about the Josh that I know now that I've seen, I guess, in the past maybe 5 months, I guess, or 6 months, this dude is changing. I feel like, me personally, there's a lot of spiritual law involved with this, and people won't change, and there are many teachers that give instructions that help change, but I'm seeing that a lot of our problems are our speaking, and what we have said and what we say. A lot of our issues and a lot of people's issues that they're dealing with, this stuff didn't just happen overnight. Like I said, we've been taught a certain way. So this stuff has like compiled and compiled and compiled and piled on top of, you know, thing after another, all of our lives. And that allows us to think a certain way, which will allow you to react a certain way and do things a certain way. So if you're thinking negative and then you react on the negative, or by speaking the negative, the manifestations of that negativity that you're speaking has consequences. Um, it's he talked about self-awareness tonight, just being aware. Like it's great to have accountability where you can be checked if you're speaking the wrong things or doing the wrong things, but it's also very important to have like self-awareness for yourself to where you can catch yourself if you have these negative thoughts. You have to reverse these thoughts with something positive. And me personally, I like to speak the positive out because I feel like the negative can rule you. I mean, there's a bunch of negativity out here, so it's easy to be strayed away in your thinking, and it's easy to be strayed away with your speaking because of what you've thought. So I really jumped on here to try to encourage somebody to like have that self-awareness, control your thinking as best as you can, and 100% control your speaking, because that's where the power lies. Like the power lies in the speaking. I mean, it's spiritual law. Like a lot of what Josh is teaching is spiritual law. Y'all know 2 plus 2 always gonna be 4. Always. When it comes to speaking these things out, like there's power in your words, there's energy in your words, there's vibrations in your words, there's frequencies in your words. That's all power. Like life and death is really in the power of the tongue. Like you have blessings and you have curses. You can speak blessings over yourself or you can speak curses over yourself. Like a lot of people speak these things, I guess subconsciously or whatever it is, and I think I know that's where the self-awareness comes in at. Like you have to be conscious of what you're saying, and you have to be very concise in what you're saying to get results. One of the questions tonight from one of the other students was like, why does it feel like that we are not going anywhere? What do we do? What do we do when I do things but nothing happens? And that's going to happen. Those thoughts are going to come in your head. You didn't get there overnight. You're going to have to keep speaking, keep putting power to what you're saying. Like what you're saying creates the power to change. Faith comes by hearing. Faith comes by hearing. Faith comes by hearing over and over and over again. The power is in the speaking. Faith comes by hearing. If you're speaking, you're hearing. If you're speaking negative, you're hearing. If you're speaking positive, you're hearing. There's power in that. And I know you guys can relate. I've been there before myself, and I'm constantly trying to check myself on things and have that self-awareness of like, don't say stupid stuff. If it's not in line with what you want, don't say it. If you think it, revert back to what you want and say it. If you don't want negative results, don't speak it. Don't speak it because there's power in it. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Like literally, it's spiritual law. Like there's so many things that are going through my head when it comes to being on these early bird roundtable calls, being in the inner circle calls. Like there's so many things that evolves around spiritual law, like giving. Like Josh talks a lot about giving. He's a giver. He gives. He even talks about us with our business. Give value. This is not really just for the average regular person. I mean, this is for everybody. This is for entrepreneurs. This is for anybody. Like it's so powerful. Like what this man is giving us, like it's real. Like giving. You give, it's gonna be given unto you. good measure, pressed down, shaken together. Like my grandmother used to tell me all this stuff. I did listen, but I'm just now starting to exercise some of this stuff like as of last year. But she's used to speak these things to me all the time, you know, about the life and death is in the power of the tongue, you know, give it shall be given unto you. Um, you know, even when it comes to the thought and the mindset, she used to say, take every thought captive into the obedience of Christ. You know, I'm not a preacher. I'm very spiritual, you know, but me knowing what she's talking about now, like I get it. I really do get it. Like everything starts up here. Everything we see starts with a thought, you know? So it's like we have to take control over our thought life. Like we've grown up to see so many different things a certain way, and we think that's just the way it is, but it's not. Like I was thinking today after I got off with my aunt, like how draining it is to try to pour into somebody that can't even receive because they're just in that spot where they're at, and that's all they see. But you have to take action and have faith and start speaking these things to reverse the curse, because you use these words that you're speaking to curse yourself. I think I said in a video, like a vidyard video that I posted a while back. I mean, I don't know. It's just I do know this stuff is just not gonna change overnight. I lost track of my thought right there, but I mean, it's just not gonna change overnight. It's not gonna be easy. You have to keep speaking. You have to keep producing power. These words that you're speaking are gonna create. They are gonna create because we are creators. We are little g gods. We have the power to bless and we have the power to curse all day long. Like choose. We have to really sit down and choose. Oh yeah, here's my thought. Earlier today, I'm thinking about like some of the craziest thoughts that I thought of, and one thought came up was suicide. Now, I've never been suicidal ever in my life, but I've been riding down the road several times, and my lower self, the devil, would tell me to just drive off the road because of some little situation I'm in. And it's like, what the hell? I don't want to die, but that thought comes up. I don't want to die. I don't want to kill myself, but thoughts are no respecter of a person. It doesn't care. I mean, damn, 90,000 thoughts a day, 90,000 thoughts a day. That it doesn't matter if you're a child, a 90-year-old, they're coming. What are we going to do with those thoughts? We got to reverse the curse, man. We've been taught a lot of things that are incorrect. We're ignorant of like spiritual law because like that's what it is. Like it's what it is. It produces. Like I look at Josh, like I said, I'm not no spiritual leader or anything, but that boy is walking in the spirit because he's renewing his mind and his energy. Everybody wants to know what's going on inside of him. It's like literally an anointing. Like it's like literally it's like he's in his God state is what it is. Like that's what that is. Like it's so much bigger than what people are really seeing. I think that's what's confusing, I believe, to a lot of people. But it's way, way more spiritual than you think. But I see that boy or that man, and I see him walking in the spirit is what it is. Like a lot of people say that's so not true because he curses, he hit the F-bomb and all that, whatever. No, like this dude sanctifies himself. He's being set apart. He may not be set apart doing religious stuff, but he is set apart doing spiritual stuff. Working with the mindset, working with the mouthpiece. I mean, look at a boat. It's got I forget what you call a thing in the back, the rudder or whatever it is. It directs the boat. I mean, let's just talk about a ship, a big ass ship. It's got this little bitty ass thing in the back of it, and it'll make this whole ship turn. What do you think that little ass tongue in your mouth to do? The same thing. It has the power to direct stuff. And if you look at Josh, he's directing. He's directing. He's directing. He's always directing. Because he knows his direction. So when you know your direction and you have that self-awareness, it's like, direct your life. I am healthy. I am great. I am worthy. I am safe. I do have peace. I mean, speak blessings over yourself. Speak blessings over your family. It's undebatable and what did he say? Undebatable and undebatable and I forget. Anyway, undebatable. It'll come back to me. Anyway, but yeah, it's that serious, man, when it comes to the mindset. Like, I'm constantly renewing my mind every day now. Like, and I'm gonna get better and better and better. I'm gonna catch all these negative thoughts. Every last one of these negative thoughts, I'm gonna catch them. And I'm gonna reverse it with positive thoughts. And I'm not gonna reverse it just with positive thoughts. I'm gonna reverse it with positive verbal action. Verbal, speak it. Speak the opposite of the negative thoughts. That's where the power is. And that hearing you speak out that power is what's gonna supernaturally change. Like, that's what's happening. It's like the supernatural. Like I said, a lot of people will listen to that when I talk about Josh and think that that's not what it is, but that's supernatural shit that boy's walking in. Even when it comes to the finances, how they'll just miraculously just come in, that's supernatural. The universe is listening. God's listening, however you want to say it, is listening. Choose wisely on what you're speaking. That's my biggest takeaway from the night. Man, if you listen to this replay, drop a comment if you relate to this at all. I just encourage y'all to, man, speak life over yourself. Speak life over your family. Speak life to this world, because there's power in it. Like, believe it. Speak it like you believe it. There's power in it. I have like 5 or 6 other videos kind of around this same topic, and I was gonna wait till I got home, because I'm going home to Mississippi this weekend, and I was gonna wait till I got home to do this video, because I wanted to do this video at my grandmother's house. But all these other videos, I catch myself getting emotional every time, because there's so many people that I've dealt with, and like even myself, they're struggling with the mind. They're struggling with the mind, and there's so much more to it. Like, the mind is so vast. There's so much more to it. I'm not a psychologist, but I know what bears witness to my spirit. And it's real. And I know it's real because I've seen it manifest in my life. Look at this. Mindset, manifestation, mastery. I've manifested that in my life. I've seen it. So I'm encouraging everybody that watches this to readjust. Check yourself from the neck up to the head up, literally, and speak life. Thank y'all for listening, man. Just hit the like button, drop some comments on whatever you feel. Like I said, I was gonna wait to do this video, but I right now I just have a righteous indignation when it comes to sharing this stuff about the mindset, because like, it's just that big, and there's so many people suffering from this thing right on top of their shoulder. It sucks. Choose life, family. I love all of y'all. Peace.